fam, and yo, son. Okay, so today, giving my hair rest basically. Okay, okay. Hello to my YouTube family, and welcome to my space of love, laughter, and a lot of laziness. So, you know what it is. It's some story time. Okay, right. So, yeah, it's been a rough week. My hair is a lot, is a mess. And basically, you'll hear why I'm a mess from today's story time. So, I have some water because, okay, so let me start the story. I'm laughing about it now, but yeah, it was a different emotion then when it happened. So what happened was, so there's a friend of mine. Friend, I'm using it very loosely. I'll say acquaintance, basically. A person that I knew or know, but not really know. Okay, backstory. Giving the person a name, so it's a name like in Tab. No, I've used Tabang before. Have I? So let's say what are guys' names? Let's say it's Paul. Yeah, just cause. So his name is Paul, right? So Paul, okay. Backstory is, I think we went to the same high school, um, but yeah, nah, he then left or like something happened, but yeah, he didn't continue at that school. I saw him for a year, I think. I'm not sure, but I saw him J. So yeah, apparently he noticed me back in high school, and then also in my hometown, me. And so years go by, and then let's say this year, beginning of the year, he contacts me on Facebook. Yeah, and then he asks for my number. So fine, we talk. Me, I'm talking as a friend, you know. So, and he's like, oh wow, you're in the same city. I'm like, yeah, and then he's like, oh, we should meet for lunch or something. I'm like, oh, no problem, um I'm available usually on weekends. And then he's like, unfortunately, at this point in time, I'm not okay financially. I'm like, okay, no problem. When you're okay financially, then we can go out then, you know, for his own sake, because me, I know I can cover my own bill. But yeah. And then, so months go by, the lunch is put on cold storage, basically the rain check cold storage in the deep freezer. And then comes this particular Sunday. So we keep talking J there, here and there, basically. And then comes a particular Sunday on a cold April Sunday in South Africa, 2022. And then he's like, oh, he texts me in the morning. It's too early to be answering texts. I'm not gonna be on WhatsApp on it. Then I don't answer, and then I feel like cake, so I go with my friend. We go out for some cake, to buy cake, because I feel like cake. Then we come back. When we walk into the mall to buy the cake, I reply to his text. Oh, hi. And then he's like, so and he's like, so there is this gig that I got, right, from Edgar's, and I'd like you to be like my model for it. I'm like, oh, wow. And then I tell my friend, like, oh, this is happening. And then it's something that we had spoken about, and I was like, yeah, I actually want to be like a catalog model. And oh, let me close the door, because I think back to it. So I just had to close the door. And then I'm like, oh wow, like spoke about this, I spoke about it yesterday that I want to be catalog model, and like just starting with like small brands basically. And then it's happening today, and then we start questioning. First we have these questions. Oh, and then I ask him, okay, so when is the photo shoot? And he's like, no, it's today. Can you please make we'll be able to make it today? I'm like, okay, what time? And he's like, before 1 o'clock, right? Okay. It's around 10. And then so I tell my friend about it. We're like, Ibo, but why is it last minute thing? Like, when you have all these questions, but like, or maybe, and then we also have answers. We provide the answers ourselves. But no, probably he had asked someone else, and the person maybe dropped him last minute, so then he thought of me. Remember, when you start questioning things, hmm, hmm, just know your instincts are telling you, I need to do this. I'll show you a snippet of my finished product doing crocheting stuff. And then he's and then I ask him, so where is it happening? And then if you know PE, you know Kinakomon, which is very far from where I stay. So very, very far. And then I'm like, I look at the prices, the Uber prices. I'm like, just going there is roughly discounted price, bolt price, discounted Uber is 90 something, 94, yeah, it was 94. And he's like, nah, no problem. And then I'm like, okay, it's gonna find me. I go, then on my way, so I text him that I'm on my way, and then he's like, is it possible for you to change location of where you are, where the destination? I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, why? He's like, no, because there's some things I need to brief you about before the shoot and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. And then he's on some okay, and then I asked my Uber driver, can I change location? Then he's like, yeah, you can, it's no problem. Okay, fine, I changed location. Now obviously plus something on top because we are changing destination. I was like, okay. And then I get there, and now we start to walk. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, hey, well, why are we walking? And then I asked him about the shoot and stuff, but was it a competition, or was it a, like, how did you get it? And he's like, no, the store approached him and asked him to do an advertisement, like a poster for the Easter collection, basically. Like, oh, okay, all right, sounds legit. And then I'm asking, oh, okay, so how are we gonna get there? He's like, no, we're gonna wait for the photographer guy, and then we're gonna go there. Okay, so we start walking, and then it starts drizzling a bit. It starts drizzling, and then I'm like, okay, we get to where he stays. We go to the back room, and then where he stays, I'm like, okay, fine. He offers me something to drink, and then we're waiting. 30 minutes goes by. This guy's not checking his phone. Keeps asking me questions on some, so have you ever been cheated on? Have you ever cheated on someone? Have you been disappointed? All of those questions. And I'm answering like surface answers but even then, I'm not getting the hint of what's going on here. And then after that, so I'm like, hey, well, when is the photographer coming, because now it's been over some time. And then he's like, Sam, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Oh, and then he starts with riddles. He's like, when you're marketing something, you market it, sometimes it's not there. You market something to get customers, and then what? I'm like, dude, speak straight to me. Like, and I don't hear what you're saying, basically. He's like, I'm very sorry. This is the last time I'm disappointing you. Disappointing me. And he's like, the Edgar's thing was a lie. was a lie for me to get you here. That's when all hell broke loose inside internally. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I was like, nah, you know what? I just want to leave. I want to go home. Like, I want to go back to my place. I don't want to listen to anything else that you have to say. Yeah. And I'm like, like, you understand? Because he's like, I'm sorry. So how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? You have the audacity to ask me, how do I feel? And I was like, dude, I just want to go home. Like, I don't want to say anything. At this point, my emotions are everywhere. It's a jungle. I just want to go home, basically, because you wasted my time, you wasted my money. And this month was not a month for me to be gallivanting. This month was not a month for me to just spend money because and then and then after that he's like, no, I wanted you to understand where I come from and my background and like where the situation that I'm in and where I'm like, dude, honestly, it is unnecessary. Like, what do you want me to do with it? Like, what do you want me to do with it? And he's like, because when you're a cheese girl, when you're a cheese girl, so you don't know struggles. How is this now? Me, cheese girl, struggles, don't know. I was like, dude, you don't know. Like, you've never lived in my shoes. You don't know the life that I've lived. And you can't just assume because of where I live and how you see the way that I grew up. You could say, no, me, I've lived on top of marshmallows, clouds, snowflakes, everything nice and everything fluffy. Like, what? And he's like, and I'm sure even your friends that you're with, they are living good lives, so you're not used to kasi, basically. I was like, Aibo, like, you don't know my friends, you don't know the people that I'm associated with, and you make all these assumptions, and then on top of it all, you lie to me to come here. To come here, you lied to me. I was like, you know what? I just want to leave. I just want to leave because I was feeling my blood was boiling, and at that point, I just didn't want to do or say anything that I would regret. And then he's like, no, this is the last time that I'm disappointing you. You will see as time goes by. I'm like, what time? Like, honestly, this is the first and last straw that you drew, basically, because lying, you have lost my trust. It's a glass, it's broken. That's it. We're done. No friendship will be formed after this, basically. And then I order an Uber. So I asked him, what's the address? Because it wasn't locating properly. And he's like, so you're gonna leave? I'm like, yes, I'm gonna leave. Like, what? You want me to stay here? It's like, no, but I wanted to show you. I'm like, dude, there are so many there are closer malls that we could have met. We could have gone for coffee, basically, if you wanted to talk to me. And then to top it all off, cherry on top, he asked for a relationship. Men never cease to amaze. Like, men never cease to amaze. Basically, I was shocked that after all of this in your head, you thought when that there would be a chance of a try to make me understand. Try to make me understand. I was like, nah, honestly, I just want to leave. I don't even feel comfortable anymore. I don't feel safe. Like, I don't feel safe. I just want to leave. And then he's like, I'm really sorry. I didn't think you'd take it like this. He wanted me to smile like, oh, you lied to me. Oh, wow. Oh, you want a relationship? Oh, yeah. No. Like, no. No, 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 no. And then after that, I took an Uber, and I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stay here anymore. Like, nah, I'm gonna leave. And then I ordered an Uber, and then the Uber guy was like, oh, so is it his and his? I'm like, no, nope. He tried. He was trying to be his and his, but it's not work. It's not even. It hasn't even. It wasn't even. You know, nah. It's not for me, fam. And then the Uber guy asked, well, okay, so who's paying? And I'm like, me. He's like, what? Like, yeah, I'm one paying for the Uber. Mm-hmm. Then I'm gonna say the Uber driver was the best. Honestly, he was the best. And because at that point I was very angry and very all of the emotions basically. It was everything. It was a tornado. It was a hurricane. It was a rain. It was a snow. It was everything. It was winter, summer, spring, autumn, all of it. So at that point, I was like, I can't wait to get home. And the worst, because Sundays are just made to just chill at home, watch Netflix. I watch chill, binge on Netflix the whole day, and eat, shower, come back to bed, basically. Now, you ruined that pattern for me. And on top of it all, you made me use my money. And the worst part is the Uber coming back was 146 discounted price 146. The money he repaid me was wowza. Like, yo guys, when the devil locates you, he will find you. He will find you because wow. And now I'm recording this, and I'm much more calmer. And at that point, it was a thing of he was really testing my patience. And I've been a person who has worked on my anger issues because and for me to be, counting 1 to 5, 10, everything, and you just breathing. Because I'm a very reactive person with my hands, especially in situations where I am angry. So I was a guys, like it's a lot. It's a lot. It is. I'm very happy that one thing I'm glad about is that he didn't lock the door and I was able to leave in one piece because scarier things happen out there. Like scarier things happen out there with people that you think you know, especially with because you would like I didn't think that that would happen, you know, like yo guys, yo. Let me leave it right here. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment and do all the right things that makes the parts to be done. Until next time, bye.